Have you ever met a foreigner who came to the Philippines for a vacation and ended up staying for years? The Philippines is becoming one of the most popular countries for retirees, digital nomads, and expats because of its warm weather, beautiful beaches, friendly people, and lower cost of living. But one question many foreigners ask is, how can I stay in the Philippines long term? In this video, we'll explain the main visa options, their advantages and disadvantages, and which pathway is best for most foreigners. So let's get started. Why foreigners love the Philippines? Before discussing visas, let's talk about why so many foreigners choose Philippines. Some of the biggest reasons include affordable cost of living, English is widely spoken, friendly and welcoming culture, beautiful islands and beaches, warm tropical climate, and good retirement destination. Many foreigners from the United States, Europe, Australia, Japan, and Korea choose to spend months or even years here. Disclaimer: we are not immigration experts. This video is for informational use only, and rules can change frequently. Please always verify with official Philippine government agencies before traveling. Option 1. Tourist Visa Extensions. The easiest option is simply arriving as a tourist. Most foreign visitors receive an initial stay period upon arrival and can apply for extensions through the Bureau of Immigration. Many people are surprised to learn that tourists can continue extending their stay for a long time as long as they follow immigration rules. Here are the pros. It's easy to start, no large investment is required, and no marriage is needed. And the cons? Frequent renewals, extension fees add up, and this is not a permanent solution. This is often the most common option for digital nomads and long-term travelers. Extension can be granted for up to 36 months according to the current immigration guidelines. Sounds amazing, right? But it costs a lot. Once you reach the 36 months of your stay, you have to leave the country for at least few days and re-entry. Then, the process starts all over again. As per our personal experience, my husband received an initial stay period upon arrival of 30 days. Then, we applied for a visa waiver, which is the extension of 29 days, to the Bureau of Immigration in my province. You must apply for extension at least 1 week before the expiry of your visa validity on your passport. This will save you the express fee of 1,000 pesos. We paid around total of 2,030 pesos for his visa waiver extension. Pro tip: remember, express fee is not mandatory to pay, but you must apply early, otherwise they will charge you automatically. And please visit the official website of the Immigration of the Philippines for more detailed information. Option 2. Marriage to a Filipino. If a foreigner marries a Filipino citizen, they may qualify for 13A spousal visa. This pathway allows long-term residency and is one of the most stable options available. Here are the pros: long-term legal residence, fewer immigration concerns, and easier life planning. And the cons? Requires a genuine marriage, documentation and processing takes time. Of course, nobody should marry just for visa. Marriage should always be based on real relationships. Here's a spicy bonus tip. Have you heard about the Balikbayan visa? Have you heard about the Balikbayan visa? It literally translates into returning home visa. If you are already married to your Filipino partner and traveling together back to the Philippines, this is the best visa option for you. Upon arrival at the airport, You must go together to immigration booth for foreigners and present your marriage certificate. Automatically, the foreign spouse will be given straight away 1 year visa validity without any renewals or visit to the immigration. Amazing, right? We discovered this last time only. So we were so surprised why my husband got a 1 year validity visa that we even went back to the immigration officer and asked if this is correct. We had been traveling together earlier, but we were unaware of this type of visa. So now you know, and don't make the same mistake as ours, and make use of this opportunity. Option 3, Retirement Visa, also called as Special Resident Retirees Visa or SRRV. One of the most attractive options is the retirement visa offered through the Philippine Retirement Authority. This program was specifically designed for retirees who want to live in the Philippines long term. Here are the benefits: multiple entry privileges, long term residency, less hassle compared to repeated tourist extensions. However, applicants must meet age and financial requirements. The SSRV requires a deposit ranging from 10,000 to 50,000 US dollars, depending on the program and the applicant's age or status. For example, a former diplomat may deposit as little as 1,500 US dollars. For retirees with sufficient savings, this is often considered one of the best choices. Option number 4, Investor Visa. Some foreigners choose to invest in businesses in the Philippines. Certain investment programs may provide residency opportunities. The pros: business opportunities, long-term residence potential. The cons: requires significant capital and has higher financial risk. This option is generally suitable for entrepreneurs and investors. The SIRV targets investors aiming to establish businesses or invest in the Philippine economy. It requires a minimum of at least 75,000 US dollars of investment. Which is the best pathway? For most foreigners, the best option depends on their situation. If you're a digital nomad, tourist visa extensions are usually the easiest starting point. If you're retired, the retirement visa is often the most comfortable long-term solution. If you're married to a Filipino, the spouse visa or balikbayan visa is usually the strongest pathway. If you are wealthy and business-minded, an investor visa may be worth exploring. One of the reasons foreigners stay for years is affordability. Depending on lifestyle and location, many foreigners can live comfortably outside major cities for significantly less than they would spend in North America, Australia, or Western Europe. The popular locations include Cebu City, Davao City, Manila City, Baguio, and Iloilo. We made a separate video about it, and the link will be in the description below. The Philippines offers several ways for foreigners to stay long term. Whether you're a retiree, a digital nomad, investor, or married to a Filipino, there is usually a pathway that fits your situation. Which option would work the best for you? Let us know in the comments, and if you're interested in living, retiring, or traveling in the Philippines, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Panda Family Travels, and turn on your notifications for more helpful guidelines. See you in the next video.